Well, we just got our first look at Brock Lesnar and Ron Cena's entrance. We finally have the in-game models, even though it is taking a century for WWE games to release these entrances or even tell us that they are in this DLC pack. But thanks to Witty Witterson, he has gotten us the first look at the full entrance of Brock Lesnar as well as Ron Cena. We already know that we are getting Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena and John Cena 25 within the farewell edition of WWE 2K. But now, as this special edition, we also get Ron Cena and Brock Lesnar 25. What's going on? I'm Jesse. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right into the video. So a few different things have happened over the course of this last patch 1.26, as well as the addition of the Kane Persona card coming to my faction, who has the addition of Slow Chemical, the theme that everybody has been waiting for to come into the 2K games. We finally have it. Unfortunately, it is locked behind a Persona card. So just like any other theme that has been released and hidden behind a paywall, What's the Status and Witty Witterson have both uploaded these separate Kane models, which are completely different creations. They are not the Persona cards themselves. They are just the Kane model that we had with a mask included, as well as the theme Slow Chemical attached to the characters. Unfortunately, over the weekend, Witty Witterson has been banned permanently from online, and all of his creations were removed due to this. So now we don't get Slow Chemical for free. Obviously, they want you to buy the Persona cards, which honestly is getting a little bit tedious and shady at this point coming from WWE games. It's just the theme. Nobody is really locking this model behind anything. As a matter of fact, most of these creators are out here making the models better than what they're being released. So it kind of sucks seeing somebody as good of a person as Witty Witterson getting permanently banned, even though he knew the risks involved when it came to uploading these themes. I think the main ban just came from opening up this theme before it's even been announced. Keep in mind, Kane 03 has not been announced by WWE games to be as a Persona card in WWE 2K25. This has just been found out by the data miners, which are What's the Status, Witty Witterson, among a few other people that are also doing the same thing. So it's in the files. Obviously, we've already seen the entrance. We have the entrance here, but it has not been announced by WWE games. Same with Brock Lesnar and Ron Cena. Maybe if he would have waited until the actual card was announced and the theme was just kind of attached to it, then he probably would have had a better shot at surviving. But at the same time, Witty Witterson has been letting us know about a lot of the stuff that has been coming. He let us know about the farewell edition that is coming to WWE 2K25, as well as all the other extra DLC like Nikki Bella and Goldberg. So this is probably just something that WWE Games was waiting to pull the trigger on, to ban Witty Witterson, and hopefully the community can come together like they did with What's the Status and have that hashtag rolling, Free Witty, and that way we can just get him unbanned and he can continue to do his thing. Unfortunately, it is probably not going to be the same deal with What's the Status, as What's the Status has a much bigger following than Witty Witterson, but hey, as a community, we can get him there. And at the same time, man, I feel like this community is just tired of being nickel and dimed. So the stuff that What's the Status was doing, and even Witty Witterson, it just helps the community at the end of the day. It's keeping the games alive, and it's unfortunate to see players, popular players from the game, being banned for helping the community out and giving them the themes that we should have already had in this game from the start and not being put behind a paywall. As far as the Brock Lesnar model goes, it looks like we are just going to get this model from SummerSlam, and it is his return attire. Obviously, people are just going to have to go in there and make his wrestling gear, because this is the model that WWE Games deemed fit to put in the game. I don't know if this is all the time they had to put on this Brock Lesnar model, but either way, the community is going to do its work, and we're going to get an attire for Brock Lesnar, so that way we can just have his normal ring gear and not his street attire. Ron Cena is pretty much no creativity put into this. It's pretty much just the Trons for R-Truth and the entrance from John Cena. You put him in John Cena gear and you literally just put Ron Truth on the Cena shirt. That's all there is to it. I'm not sure if there is a moveset involved with R-Truth, or if this is going to be just a copy and paste job when it comes to R-Truth's model. But I would think that they are going to put John Cena's whole moveset on R-Truth. That way it's Ron Cena, right? But at the same time, this just doesn't really seem like it's worth the $10, $15, whatever this pack is going to cost. I'm leaning on the fence of about $10. That's what the Wyatt pack cost last year. That's what the Bad Bunny pack cost in 2K23. So I'm thinking that we are going to get a $10 pack out of this farewell edition. Due to this pack only having the same stuff that we've had in the game besides John Cena 25 and probably the updated look for Brock Lesnar, that's pretty much all you're getting your money's worth if you're looking forward to buying Brock Lesnar. I know a lot of you are looking forward to just having Lesnar back in the game, and that might be worth the $10 to you. But to me, this is a lot of just recycled stuff that we're getting within this DLC pack, which tends to be the case with all WWE 2K DLC packs. I mean, we got the New Age Outlaws in a DLC pack this year. We've gotten a lot of people. Mark Henry. There are tons of people within the DLC that we have had in these games before. And that just seems to be the MO going forward with WWE 2K. If these wrestlers get removed and they go to a different company and then they come back to WWE, then WWE 2K just throws them back in a DLC pack, which is kind of crazy to me. I would like to see DLC packs moving forward being something that we have never got within a 2K game or a wrestling video game at that. It would be fresh. It would be new. It's something that we would like to see as a community. That's what I was so excited about seeing New Jack for, Penta, people like that. Like, we have not had those people in a WWE video game before. So that was a big, big DLC drop. But when it comes to people like Road Dogg Jesse James, who was in a game, 2 years ago, and Bill Goldberg, Nikki Bella, who were in 2K23, Brock Lesnar, who was in 2K23, a million different attires for John Cena, including Chain Gang, who was in WWE 2K24 last year as base game. It's just getting a little crazy, and it's a lot of rinse and recycle, especially when it comes to these Persona cards being locked behind a paywall. There's a lot of things that I would like to see WWE games get better at, and one of them is not locking your community out. At the beginning of WWE 2K24, there was a lot of talk of how mod-friendly these guys are, and all they have done is try to block modding from this game. It's not worked. It's not going to work in the future. Modding always finds a way. They're going to continue to do this stuff on PC. As a matter of fact, it looks brilliant when it comes to the PC side of things, man. I follow people like Grix. I follow a lot of the modders. Obviously, there is a full team of people over there cooking for the PC side of things, and I wish that they would give us a lot more of this freedom when it comes to these 2K games, even on console, because people like Witty Witterson, I understand the data mining stuff and maybe even announcing stuff before WWE Games gets to announce it is probably a huge issue, and I understand that. But at the same time, the marketing for WWE Games has been very, very slow. The pack comes out within a couple of days, and Brock Lesnar has still not been announced for this pack, so they haven't even let people know. I understand on the marketing side of things, they kind of just schedule tweets ahead of time to get on to more important tasks within 2K, but at the same time, man, you gotta be more upfront with the community. The community really doesn't know what they're paying for when it comes to these packs, unless there are creators like me, Just Brian, other people out there announcing stuff that is coming for the farewell edition. Nobody seems to know about this, and thanks to Witty Witterson, we actually have more clarity when it comes to, hey, this is in the files, this could come later on within the year, and to me, that's really not necessarily a bad thing. That is pumping this game up even more. It's getting people more excited for more content that is coming out. It keeps people talking about WWE 2K, and to me, that cannot be a bad thing. You have more people talking about this game on a regular basis as compared to, hey, we're going to tweet something every 2 months and then let you know that something's coming, rather than just having people talk about it every single day leading into that 2-month tweet that they have scheduled for WWE Games over on Twitter. So for me, it's kind of a lame reason to ban Witty. I understand like maybe hitting him up and saying, hey, maybe don't announce the DLC, but when you're letting stuff be known that's in the files like persona cards and stuff, dude, nobody really cares about these persona cards. I'm going to tell you that straight out. Nobody cares about these things because most of the time these models are half-baked anyway. Some of them are great, but they're such a drag to try to obtain within the game that not too much focus is put within the persona card aspect of it. I understand it's a business, but at the same time, the community is not asked for the way that this stuff is unfolding. So let me know in the comments if you guys are rocking with the new Brock Lesnar entrance. Are you excited for Ron Cena, Brock Lesnar 25, Dr. Thugonomics John Cena, as well as John Cena 25 in this farewell edition? And how much will you be willing to pay for this DLC pack? And also use that hashtag #FreeWitty over on any social media platform that you are currently using. If you rock with the content, leave a like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.